Finding me. All right. I just started. Huh? Yes, I'm recording now. Oh, that reminds me here too. So wonderful. Good to see all of you here. And let us begin. Now let's see. We have. I will. Patricia, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Wonderful. All right. So we will begin with the three mantra, and then we will kind of introduce and look at the new ones over here. Let us begin with the three mantra from Argentina and the group in Argentina. Shall we?
Vamos a cantar el trimantra del grupo de acá de Argentina y después Shuddha va a hacer las presentaciones de todos.
All right. So.
Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sivanam, Namo Ayayanam, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Sabasaunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapavapanashano, Mangalanam Shasavesim, Paranam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Satchidanam. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Sivanam, Namo Ayayanam, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Sabasaunam, Eso Pancharamukaro, Savapavapanashano, Mangalanam Chandravesim, Padanam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Satchidanam. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Sivanam. Namo Ayayanam. Namo Vasayanam. Namo Loye Sabasaunam. Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapavapanashano, Mangalanam Sasavesim, Paranam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shri Sachidanam, Shri Sachidanam, Shri Sachidanam.
Beautiful. So amazing that the Jai Satchidanand, the bliss of the self, begins after the namaskars that are given to the entire world of the awakened beings of this universe. You see?
Es maravilloso el trimantra y el Jai Chatanan es lo que nos conecta con lo eterno en lo mundano.
Yes, it is as if the entire week since we last met, there was this world that confines us, the world of Tobias, Patricia, Michelle. You see this world, and the moment you come in satsang, your awareness expands to the entire universe that is beyond this mind, speech, and body. You see?
Ha pasado una semana desde el último satsang y han pasado también un montón de cosas desde el último satsang, cosas mundanas. Pero en el instante en que entramos en este satsang, nuestro despertar se expande a todo el mundo.
And in that space, there is really no one. You see, you can say there is everyone or there is no one. You see, both are exact. There is everyone is there in that space that is beyond this mind, speech, and body, or there is no one.
También podemos decir que en este espacio del satsang no hay nadie. Podemos decir que estamos todos, pero no hay nadie.
You see, if you look at the vision of Lord Mahavir, then in that space there is everything. There is the fullness. You see, and you look at the vision of Lord Buddha, then you say there is nothing. There is nothing. You see, but both are part of this. It's the same thing. It's the same domain. It's the same. It's the same vision that is there when you get out of this confines or these restrictions of this mind, this body, this words.
Podemos decir que si miramos la visión del señor Mahavir, Lord Mahavir, vamos a ver que en esta imagen está todo, absolutamente todo.
Yes.
Y también si vemos la imagen de Buda, podemos ver que no hay absolutamente nada. Pero las dos son, es lo mismo, son dos partes de lo mismo. Fuera de este complejo de la mente, cuerpo y pensamientos y acción.
When the Lord says there is no mind, when there is no mind, He is not saying that the mind is not there. He is essentially saying is that the mind, whatever it may have, it has no connection with the one who rises above the mind, you see, and says, Eo Sama Pura Hu Shuddha Atma Chu Hu Shuddhatma Chu. So,
Cuando el Señor dice que la mente no está, no existe, no mind, no mente, no quiere decir que la mente no esté allí, sino que sencillamente estamos siendo alma pura, Shuddhatma.
Yeah, so no mind means beyond the mind that is there, but it's as if, it's really as if you, it's, you know, no matter how busy the Sao Paulo or the airport may be, or I'm sorry, the Buenos Aires airport may be, you see, but the moment, once you sit in the plane, and once the aeroplane takes off, you see, the entire world of the mind, speech, body, and all the chaos that is associated, it doesn't seem stop to exist. It's as if you are lifted up and you can see it, and you are in a different space altogether. See? Hmm?
No quiere decir que la mente no exista, esto es más allá de la mente, es una visión que va más allá de la mente. Por ejemplo, el aeropuerto de Buenos Aires puede estar muy ocupado, muy ajetreado, pero en el instante en que nos sentamos en el avión y despegamos, estamos viendo desde otro lugar, más allá del aeropuerto. Nuestra visión es más allá del aeropuerto.
And that is a physical going away from this mind, body, speech complex. But no, in this, Dadashri has given us the eternal separation whereby we are, in fact, separate from that which is happening. It is our illusion, it is our residual illusion or ignorance that makes us say that this is I am feeling this disturbance, this is happening to me.
Es exactamente lo mismo que la confusión que se nos genera a nosotros, que son los residuos del karma, el pensar que a nosotros nos está pasando algo, somos nosotros los que estamos sintiendo una desilusión, una molestia o un enojo. Y de esta forma sí, de confundirnos que es a nuestro ser al que le está pasando, cuando no es así. Nosotros, eso le está pasando a la mente, al cuerpo, pero no al ser.
Illusion means this illusion is very similar to like a fog. You see, like a fog. What do you say, fog? You know, like in cold weather, the fog comes up.
Yeah, yeah. Esta ilusión es como la niebla.
You see, but say you're walking on a very narrow mountain ridge. You're walking on a very narrow mountain ridge, and on this side there is a deep valley, on this side there is a deep valley, but you're walking on the mountain ridge, all right? And then all of a sudden the fog comes, see?
Es lo mismo que si estuviésemos caminando por un camino muy angosto sobre las montañas. A los costados hay valles, pero estamos caminando por un camino muy angosto en la cima de las montañas. Y de repente, mientras que vamos caminando, una niebla empieza a cubrir el camino.
Yes. The fog induces a sense of doubt and uncertainty. You see, you begin to wonder. Initial reaction is, oh, I wonder what will I do? What will I do? But there is one very beautiful connection, and that is a connection of the feet to the ground, you see. The feet to the ground is very solid. The earth that we are walking on, no matter how dangerous the place may be, the earth that you're walking on is very, very solid. And that is your base, you see. That is your base.
Si vamos caminando así por la cima de las montañas, en este camino muy angosto y con niebla, repentinamente podemos comenzar a pensar que bueno, ¿qué es lo que voy a hacer? Con esta niebla no se ve las preocupaciones o miedos, ¿no? Pero en realidad los pies los tenemos apoyados sobre la tierra, ¿no? Y la tierra es sólida, estamos apoyados, estamos pisando un lugar sólido, la tierra es sólida.
So the person who focuses now is covered with fog all around, but focuses and just absolutely pays attention to the step by step base. You see, he puts his foot step by step. He cannot see anything else at all, but he has one very solid foundation. He will not fall. He will not fall on either side. He just proceeds, you see. He just proceeds.
en esa situación de estar en el medio de la niebla, arriba de la montaña, en un camino angosto, y siendo la tierra sólida, los pies haciendo un paso a paso son lo que nos van a sacar. Vamos a continuar el camino y lo vamos a continuar bien porque es la conexión de los pies con la tierra lo que nos va a guiar.
So in the same way, my dear friends, these difficulties in life that arise in front of us, you see, whatever may be the nature of these difficulties, is like a fog, you see, it's like a fog. But Shuddhatma chu, Samapura, Soyamapura is your solid foundation. This is the new foundation. And if you, there is nothing that can shake you away from that. And therefore you are now on very solid ground. You see, nothing can shake you.
El conocimiento, el saber que somos alma pura es nuestro fundamento de estar parados en un lugar de solidez, para no confundirnos y no caernos. Es el saber que somos alma pura. Entonces podemos caminar por el camino angosto arriba sobre la montaña sin casi ver que vamos a estar bien y nos va a salir adelante, pero el fundamento es el recuerdo de que somos alma pura.
You see, the people of the world do not have this solid foundation, you see. Their foundation gets disturbed when the disturbances happen around them. The troubles arise, whether they are internal in the mind or in the body or externally induced when something happens to somebody that they love very much. You see, they get shaken up because their base, their foundation is really an illusion. It's non-existent. Or if it exists, it is on a wrong base, you see. It is constant. If the base is constantly changing, I am Patricia, I am Sandra, you see, then it is very difficult to put your foot correctly and move forward. You see, you get shaken up with this, you see.
El conocimiento del saber y la experiencia del alma pura es nuestra tierra firme, es nuestra solidez, pero no todas las personas tienen este conocimiento. Entonces, en la vida diaria hay situaciones que sacuden, situaciones que pueden ser económicas, puede ser que a alguien querido les esté pasando algo. Entonces, eso sacude a las personas y como que las descentra y las deja con malestar.
Initially, the person who is walking on this ridge and suddenly covered by fog may not walk with the same briskness, with the same speed, but the speed is not the problem. The goal is the problem. The goal is important. So he wants to make sure that he doesn't fall on this side or this side. He may slow down his steps, but there is a very solid foundation. And as long as he connects to that earth below in the exact manner, there is absolutely no way he can fall this way or this way. In the same way, we too will not fall now that we have received this magnificent Gnan of Dada, you see, the magnificent Gnan of Dada. That is our view.
Bueno, y a diferencia de las personas que no tienen este conocimiento, por más que no se vea, que haya muchísima niebla, o sea, de noche, los pies van a dar pasos cortos, pero no es un problema dar pasos cortos y tardar más. El tiempo no es el problema. El problema es no conocer la meta. Tener el conocimiento del alma pura es la meta para nosotros, no el tiempo en llegar o cruzar la montaña. sino que la meta es es el deseo último. En cambio, las personas que no están con este conocimiento se caen, no pueden mantener el equilibrio. Entonces se caen para un lado o para el otro, por estos malestares de las sacudidas del mundo, mundanas, ¿no?
The Gnan, the solid earth below our eternal foundation, okay? This Gnan is not only who am I, but also who is doing everything. You see, who's doing everything? So this is the combination that is so rock solid that it will make you reach your destination, which is moksha, liberation. It will make you, with an absolute guarantee too, there is no way you can fall. And this is our guarantee that our Dadashri has given us, you see.
La garantía que nos da Dadashri es que no nos vamos a caer, ¿no? Porque este es el camino, el tener este conocimiento de que vamos a poder llegar sin caernos, de ir paso a paso y no importa el tiempo, pero sí sabemos a dónde llegar, porque la solidez del Gnan es lo que nos mantiene en pie para cruzar la montaña y llegar a la meta.
All right. So let us now come to our friends here, and let us see. Now this is one here. Shuddhatma Bhagwan. This is Martha. Martha?
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Where are you in the world? Where are you?
Madrid, Spain.
Madrid. Okay, welcome. So this is...
Thank you.
Jai Sachidanand. Welcome. And when did you receive this Gnan of Dada, Martha?
In December last year.
Diciembre del 2016.
Recently, right? Just recently.
Very recent.
Okay, do you have the Charan Vidhi with you, the book Charan Vidhi with you in Spanish?
¿Tienes el libro de Charan Vidhi en castellano?
Okay.
Sí.
So keep that ready with you, because we will come back and I'm going to ask you to recite something from it. You see, like the 9 columns.
Okay. I have to go to my room.
Keep that ready while we do. All right? Yeah, we'll come back to you.
I go now.
Yeah. Martha, probably one of the newest Mahatma here in our group, and let's go to our group here in Spain. Hey, Kimochi, Vishuddhatma Bhagwan, Jai Sachidanand, Kimochi. Jai Sachidanand, and Kimochi, and do we have Yaya here? Well, introduce those 2 gentlemen behind you, Kimochi.
¿Podés presentar a las 2 personas que tenés detrás tuyo, por favor? Yaya.
From Tenerife.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you have a little unstable connection, so it doesn't matter. No, we will not.
Have a problem with the connection today.
Right, I understand. That's fine. So we will not touch you too much, all right? But so if we move around, it will lose the connection. But it's good to see all of you there. And let's come back here. And we have, let me just mute those. Martha, we will come back to you in a minute. We have Javier here, this young gentleman, this gentleman here. Let's can you hear me, Javier?
Javier, ¿puedes escuchar ayuda?
his video is stuck, I think. So it doesn't matter. Let's just go. And we have our friend. It starts with an M, right? I know.
Meme.
Moment, huh? Should have been the moment. Yes. All right. Moment. And we have Martha. We have introduced. And our Mahatma from Germany, Tobias. Jai
Sahajanand.
Tobias de Alemania.
And we have Julio and
Alma Delia.
yeah, Jai Sachidanand. Laura and Julio.
Ah, Laura. Laura y Julio, perdón.
Laura. Pardon. Laura, Julio, and our wonderful, beautiful Gnani in the middle there, huh? And Michelle, we call him Michelle. Jai
Sahajanand. ¿Cómo va todo eso? Maravilloso, ¿no?
Michelle.
And our dear friend Tomas. Tomas.
Tomás.
Yes.
Tomás.
Yes. Yes. And one more here. Jai Sachidanand.
Sahajanand, Marcia.
Yeah. Marcia is in Brazil. Okay. So we have Mahatmas whose energies are going to begin to come together in this satsang. You see, when Mahatmas come together, satsang happens.
Cuando los Mahatmas se juntan, entonces el satsang sucede con mucha energía en esta reunión y unión de Mahatmas.
And there is a Devdasi and Fernando. He is in satsang on the chat, but we don't see him. I think he was the gentleman that we could not connect on video, so he'll come back. Devdasi.
Hay dos más, Fernando, que no están en el video, pero ya va a venir.
All right, Devdasi and Fernando. All right. And then there is one more person who is always there with a close video, but we don't know who he is. Okay.
Y hay otra persona más que está, pero no sabemos quién es. No se ve.
JP, would you please give us your name, Jap? Please give us your name. Jap is Mahesh. And if you have a video, his name is Mahesh. Okay, so he's Mahesh in Tenerife. Okay, Mahesh in Tenerife. Oh, I see. He says he's in the shop and therefore he cannot turn on the video. That's fine, Mahesh. Jai Sachidanand. All right. Okay. Now let's go to Martha, and Martha is going to recite the 9 columns in Spanish once. Okay, Martha, just recite them.
Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar ni hacer que alguien dañe, ni instigar a nadie a que dañe al ego de ningún ser ni en lo más mínimo. Dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar al ego de ningún ser vivo y para conducir mi habla, mis pensamientos y mis acciones en una manera que sea aceptable para todos. Querido Dada Bhagavan, Dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar, ni hacer que alguien dañe, ni instigar a nadie a que dañe en lo más mínimo la fundación de ninguna religión. Dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar ni en lo más mínimo la fundación de ninguna religión y para que yo pueda conducir mi habla, mis pensamientos y mi acción en una manera que sea aceptable para todos. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no criticar, ofender o insultar a ningún monje, monja, sacerdote o líder religioso vivo. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no tener aversión u odio hacia ningún ser. Dame fuerza para no dar lugar a que nadie odie, y para instigar a alguien a que odie a ningún ser ni en lo más mínimo. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no hablar de una manera dañina o dura hacia ningún ser vivo, ni en lo más mínimo, ni hacer que alguien lo haga, ni instigar a alguien a que lo haga. Si alguien hablara de una manera dañina o dura, dame por favor la fuerza interior para responderle de una manera suave y amable. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no tener, ni causar, ni instigar a nadie a tener ningún deseo sexual, sentimiento o gesto hacia ningún ser vivo, sea varón, hembra o neutro. Dame la suprema fuerza para permanecer libre de los deseos sexuales para siempre. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para controlar mi excesiva tentación hacia la comida. Dame fuerza para tomar una comida bien equilibrada y completa. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no criticar, ni ofender, ni insultar a ningún ser, esté presente o no, vivo o muerto, ni a causar que alguien lo haga, ni a instigar a que alguien lo haga. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para convertirme en un instrumento en el sendero de la realización del ser en el mundo.
Thank you. Jai Sachidanand. Now, who recited? Martha? Who recited this 9 columns just now?
Marta.
Martha did. And what did you do?
Who?
Okay. So, who? Martha read the 9 columns, right?
Sí.
And what did you do? Martha was reading the 9 columns, right?
Sí.
That is for sure, right?
Sí.
All right. And what did you do?
The alma pura, you mean? Or what?
Yes. What did you do?
The alma pura was watching Martha reading.
All right. Good. Very good. That is how it should be, huh? 9 columns are not for you. They are for Martha. Martha.
Sí.
Yeah. All right. And the Charan Vidhi, the Charan Vidhi is for who? The real.
For Martha.
For the real and the relative Charan Vidhi that we are going to now read. What is that for? Who is that for? You'll understand.
For Martha.
It is for the one who has become separate from Martha.
Okay.
Okay? The one who is now going to get completely liberated. Who was separated from Martha in December and now wants to become free from the pain of Martha. All right?
Okay.
Are there other people in Madrid that you can be with in satsang or
Sí. Yes.
how many people?
Laura, Julio, Mamen.
Laura, Julio, and Mamen. 4 of you do get together? 4 of you do get together? Do you get together?
Only one time with Laura and Julio.
I think you should plan on, I know it's a very big city, but at least you should try to be together as awakened Mahatmas of Madrid. Because you can't jump to Tenerife, but at least physically try to be together. Get together.
Okay.
And just by coming together, satsang will begin. You do not have to kind of worry about, oh, I have to do this or I have to do this. Leave alone that. Just by coming together and being together, you can go to a picnic, you can do whatever you want to do, but you can come together. I'm sorry, we are missing the Spanish translation. Okay, so Marta, quickly tell in Spanish what we just spoke about, okay? Just tell everybody.
Ok. Me ha preguntado que el Charan Vidhi para quién es y dice que es para lo que ha sido separado de Marta. Bueno, eso es lo que yo he entendido. Y que que si hay más gente en Madrid con la que me pueda juntar. Le he dicho con Julio, Laura y Mamen, entonces ha dicho que estaría bien que nos juntáramos de vez en cuando para estar juntos, donde sea.
There is a... Yes? All right. Okay. Somebody... some other sound. Let me see. Okay. All right. Is that agreeable with you, Julio and Laura? Yes?
Que sí está bien para nosotros.
It's okay.
Julio? Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, all right. And then there was one more. It'll be a good idea, if you can get together, even if you say, if it's physically possible, even if you just kind of be together for a little time, you see, you're supposing you, at the end of the satsang today, you talk to your Mahatma friends in Madrid, all right? And you say, okay, let us meet next Saturday or Sunday or whenever, all right? Now what happens is something very beautiful will happen, and that is that your satsang will begin the moment you have decided to meet.
Sería lindo que ustedes se puedan quedar charlando un ratito después que termine este satsang y arreglar cuándo se pueden encontrar. Porque el solo hecho de que los Mahatmas se encuentren, ya existe el satsang.
Yes. You see, today on Saturday you have decided that next week Sunday the four of you are going to meet. Inside your satsang has begun already. You see, because you look forward to it, you go there. You see, you're not going to meet worldly people. You're going to meet Mahatmas. You see. Mahatmas who have received this energy, this self, you see, and therefore your satsang begins. And it will have a beautiful effect when you meet. You see, it really does not matter what you do when you get together. You see.
No importa qué es lo que hagan cuando están todos juntos, pero el solo hecho de encontrarse comienza un satsang. No importa lo que hagan, pero el encuentro entre Mahatmas es diferente al encuentro con personas que no son Mahatmas. Y no importa lo que hagan cuando se junten.
Every Mahatma carries with him the energy of separation and the beauty that has begun inside him or her. Every Mahatma.
Cada Mahatma tiene en él la energía de la separación del ser.
Yeah, but if he stays in the walls of his own room,
pero si también están todos juntos en la misma habitación,
then he is not giving much energy, much chance to that energy. He's not giving it the chance to expand. You understand?
No, sí. Es como una oportunidad de expansión el hecho de que los Mahatmas puedan juntarse.
Like our friend here, Tobias in Germany, it's very cold and bitter, but not in Madrid, not so in Tenerife. So you're not restricted in moving and going and meeting your Mahatma friend. friends, you see.
Sí, acá tenemos, por ejemplo, a Tobías, que está en Alemania y hace frío, pero bueno, en Tenerife no hace frío y igual está la presencia de Tobías aquí.
And then something very beautiful happened. When you are together, Mahatmas do not like to speak of anything except that which connects with the soul, the self, you see. And therefore satsang begins.
A los Mahatmas cuando se juntan les gusta hablar de... No les gusta hablar de otra cosa que no sea del ser. Y ese es el comienzo del satsang.
And Mahatmas haven't, there are no restrictions on Mahatmas. You see, in other words, do not feel that this is right or wrong or this is not to be done or this is to be done. Be natural, be yourselves, you see. Share a meal, enjoy each other's presence, you see. And then
La reunión de Mahatmas no se trata de que está bien o está mal lo que estés diciendo o lo que estés haciendo o hay que hacer esto o hay que hacer lo otro. Es simplemente la energía que se comparte y la experiencia.
you see, without the gathering, without your gathering, even symbolic gathering, without your gathering, physical gathering in a physical location, your ability to help your people in Madrid are significantly reduced, you see. Are reduced. Yes, your work will continue through your Charan Vidhi and 5 Agnas, but if you have any desire to help your people in Madrid, then you need to start gathering together, even in a public place, anywhere, just in a coffee house, wherever, in the beautiful courtyards of Madrid, wherever, 4 of you are sitting and all you're doing, what are you doing? You are in satsang. Automatically you are in satsang.
Si quieren ayudar a la gente, gente que quieran, la gente de esos lugares, es maravilloso que se puedan juntar como Mahatmas, y no importa dónde, pueden estar en un lugar en el campo, en el jardín, en un café, haciendo cualquier cosa, pero ya la unión de ustedes hace que esta energía se expanda y ayude a las personas que los rodean.
It doesn't have to be in a specific ritual. Oh, okay, we have to, have this and we have to do the 3 mantra and we have to do this and we have to do this and we have to do this. And if you get into this, I have to do this and do it this way only, you are back to the old ways only. You are not in the beautiful free world of Akram Vignan, you see. You're not in the beautiful free world of Akram Vignan.
El estar diciendo que, bueno, hay que hacer esto, hay que decir lo otro, vamos a hacer esto, no vamos a hacer lo otro, entonces no estamos en el mundo de maravillosa libertad del Akram Vignan.
Yes, if you're sitting in a home together, these vidhis are very beautiful, whatever the vidhi is there, but that vidhi has to be done with awareness, and when everybody says, okay, let us do it, I think that's beautiful. But one person should not say, oh, this is what we have to do, and this is exactly how it is to be done in satsang, because now you have entered into another cell, you see. You're brought into a ritual, even it's kind of a ritual, even because you are imposing your views on another soul, you see, another person who is there.
El poder juntarnos, es decir, juntarnos entre Mahatmas y poder hablar desde el alma pura, desde lo que aprendimos, es como que se van abriendo nuevas puertas, nuevas entradas de despertar, pero hacerlo desde un lugar de estar despierto, de saber qué es lo que estamos haciendo. Estamos reunidos con el Mahatma, con nuestra familia Mahatma, y estamos compartiendo, y eso hace como que nueva información, abriendo canales como para nueva luz, nueva información, nuevo conocimiento, perdón.
Throughout the time that you are together, the most important thing is the awareness of the presence of the other person, you see. The
Lo
awareness,
importante es estar conscientes de la presencia de las otras personas.
the awareness of what is happening is very critical, you see. The awareness who this person is in front of me, and the awareness that this is a very special time. A Mahatma is in front of me, you see, and a Mahatma is not just anybody. It's an enlightened being, an awakened one who has now come in front of me. And how can we both rise in this awareness together, you see? How can we, now that he or she is in front of me, how can that time, even if it's an hour or whatever, how can that time be most beautifully utilized, you see?
El conocimiento, el estar conscientes de que estoy frente a otra persona y de quién es esa otra persona, que también es un Mahatma. La conciencia de saber con quién estamos es lo que trae el despertar.
Yeah, it's our time, my friends, is very, very precious in this body now that we have awakened, you see.
Nuestro tiempo es muy precioso ahora que estamos despiertos.
Before the awakening, oh, it is just, one life after the other. It really, just like everything else. But now that we have awakened, now that you and I have awakened to this pure, magnificent, infinite energy, pure, magnificent, and infinite, okay, energy. Our time with that energy and while in this body is very, very precious, you see, very precious.
Antes de recibir este conocimiento, este despertar, este Gnan y de esta separación, nos podíamos juntar con las personas y hablar de cualquier cosa y perder el tiempo hablando de cualquier cosa. Pero ahora que estamos despiertos, que estamos conscientes de quién verdaderamente somos, el tiempo de estar en este cuerpo es absolutamente precioso.
Because you see, the rest of the account of this body, whether it is Martha's body or Maman's body or Laura or Julio, the rest of the account, it will automatically extract its pound of flesh. In other words, it will automatically take away take you and make sure you attend to it, you see, whatever you need to do during the day, etc. But the time when you are in the presence of another Mahatma, that becomes satsang, you see. It is your time. It is the time of the awakened ones now, you see. And it is the time for really energizing yourself in this blissful Vignan, the science, you see.
Durante el día podemos estar haciendo todas las cosas diarias, ¿no?, que hacemos durante todo el día, pero en el momento en que nos encontramos con otro Mahatma, es un tiempo precioso que expande nuestro conocimiento y que nos trae sabiduría.
It is this blissful Vignan. We call it the blissful Vignan. It is because it has begun within each one of us since the Gnani Vidhi. Okay, it has begun within each one of us. This science. Okay, this blissful Vignan. Vignan, V-I-G-N-A-N. Vignan means science, but it is not the physical science that we know about. It is not rocket science and nuclear science, etc., etc. It is a science of who I am. Who I am. That is a science, you see. The science of who I am. Who you really are.
Esta es Vignan es la ciencia de quién verdaderamente somos, no es la ciencia común de cómo se hacen los cohetes o la ciencia mundana, es la ciencia de quién verdaderamente somos.
Yeah, it is that science, you see. It is called science because the other science that we see in front of us will disappear, you see. We will, no matter how highly technical it may be with reference to all of this that we have in front of us, okay? It will all disappear and we will remain, you see. But we will proceed with more energy if we understand this that we have received. Understand, you see.
Si podemos entender que la ciencia mundana desaparece cuando nos vamos de este cuerpo, desaparece, se pierde. En cambio, la ciencia real, la del Bikram, es algo que no solamente permanece con nosotros, sino lo que nos eleva en el despertar.
See, so it is not, it's just a plea, it is just a suggestion. Martha and Julio and Laura and Maman, it's just a suggestion. And if it appeals to you, then take it up, you see. It is not something that Shuddha is saying you have to do it. You see, there's nothing to be done. It is, it is saying, oh, I want to proceed in the direction of that which lets me see more and more of what is this in front of me and who am I? You see, I want to proceed in that direction.
Esto no es algo que Shuddha diga que hay que hacerlo, solamente está mostrando el camino, la dirección de lo que sucede cuando los Mahatmas se juntan. No es que tienen que hacer tal cosa, él simplemente está mostrando cuál es la dirección para este despertar.
Yes. And the challenges will come when you are meeting a group of people who are Mahatmas, okay? The real challenge will come when not with the people Mahatmas that you like to be with, you see, but it will come from some Mahatmas whose Prakriti or whose non-self complex, whose mannerisms or personalities cause disturbance inside you, you see.
El real desafío de esto que te está proponiendo, que está mostrando, esta dirección que está mostrando Shuddha, es que en la unión de los Mahatmas, el desafío no está en estar con los Mahatmas con los cuales está todo bien y somos todos iguales y pensamos lo mismo. El real desafío es cuando hay Mahatmas que tienen formas de ser diferentes que por ahí nos causan molestia o incomodidad.
You see, and that is when the intellect inside will say, oh, I didn't gain anything. That man or that woman was interfering and she was wanting to do it his way and do it his way, etc. See? And that is when you have to be very careful to be aware that this is an account of satsang interference in a previous life, you see. This is what is coming to you again, you see. Again, If it was in satsang, it will happen in satsang. If it was in worldly affairs, then it will happen in worldly affairs.
El real desafío de estar con personas con las que por ahí no estamos de acuerdo, nos sentimos molestas, simplemente esto es como una descarga de qué está sucediendo, claro, una descarga de karma que tiene que ver con otra vida que nos impidió estar en satsang. Entonces, hay que estar muy despiertos y muy atentos y ser muy cuidadosos de nuestros pensamientos cuando estamos con otro Mahatma y con todas las personas, ¿no?
So that is when, you see, that is when the agnas will come in, that he is really a pure soul, and this that is happening is an account, it's a file. You see, this is just a file reaction, you see. It is the disturbance, say if it's happening inside Martha, then you say, oh, it is happening inside Martha. What do I do with it? What do I do with it? Martha is upset, she doesn't like to be in satsang. What do I do with it?
¿No? Y esto, por ejemplo, de que no nos gusta estar con determinada persona, es donde ahí vamos a los 5 agnas para resolver ese archivo. Estas personas que por ahí nos hacen sentir, nos sentimos molestas con determinadas personas, son archivos que hay que resolver. Entonces, bueno, ¿qué es lo que yo puedo hacer para resolver con ecuanimidad este archivo? Es un desafío y bueno, es algo que para resolver.
So what do you do with it, Martha? Let's ask Martha. What do you do with it, Martha?
¿Qué harías vos, Marta, en esta situación?
So you go to satsang and you do not like what is going on in satsang. What do you do with it, Martha?
¿Qué harías, Marta, si vas a un satsang y no te gusta lo que está sucediendo?
Pues mantenerme un poco observando y no interferir.
What did she say?
She would be looking and not interfering.
Not interfere. But you see, but still, then what do you mean by not interfere?
¿A qué te referís con esto de no interferir?
Pues no quejarme o intentar no pensar mal de nadie o de lo que está sucediendo y entender lo que ha dicho él, que es una descarga, un archivo que hay que resolver con ecuanimidad.
Okay, what is
She will not complain and try not to think anything about the other person and do what the 5 agnas, not to be, she will be in 5 agnas knowing that it's a file to
okay, but what do you, okay, that's good, but that's a
Eso está bien.
That's a good initial reaction, but what about the fact that Martha is still upset from inside? Outside she may not say anything, but what about Martha being upset and not liking it?
¿Qué pasaría con Marta? Que, bueno, la parte de afuera, bueno, no haría nada ni interferiría, pero ¿qué pasa con el malestar de Marta en su interior?
Pues haría practikraman.
She do practikraman.
Whose pratikraman will you do?
¿Qué practikrama harías?
Pues si estoy incómoda por cómo actúa alguien o lo que sea, pues pediría perdón a esa persona en el practikraman.
She would ask excuse and sorry for the other person. Practicama for the other person.
So what you will do pratikraman, therefore, for the negative feelings that you are having inside you,
Yes.
for that person, right?
Estarías haciendo un practicrama de tus sentimientos no buenos para la otra persona.
What is it that makes you have the negative feelings about that person? Do you know?
¿Qué es lo que te hace tener esos malos sentimientos con respecto a la otra persona?
Mi ego,
What did she say?
Her ego.
my ego.
Martha's ego, not your ego, but more than that, it is the intellect that makes you see the fault of the other person, you see?
Está bien lo que decís sobre el ego, pero es tu intelecto el que te hace ver las faltas en la otra persona.
And the intellect shows Martha, oh, he's always like this. When he's there, I don't like it. You see?
Es el intelecto de Marta el que dice, oh, esta persona no me gusta, esto no es así. Es el intelecto de Marta.
That is what we all have done before the Gnani Vidhi, right? If we don't like someone, we don't say anything, and then next time we try to avoid that person. We don't go anywhere near that person, right? That is what we have done, right?
En el pasado, antes del NAN, cuando algo no nos gustábamos, tratábamos de evitarlo. Decíamos, bueno, no, yo no voy. No me gusta cómo es esta persona, no me gusta lo que hace, no voy.
Well, why do you think that person why do you think that person is doing this to you?
¿Por qué pensás que esta persona está haciéndote esto a vos, a ti?
A ver, yo antes pensaba que es porque tengo que aprender algo de esa persona y que me muestra algo de mí. Después de tomar el Nambidi, bueno, lo que he entendido es que es una descarga de karma, creo.
Before she thought she have to learn something about the other person or the other person about her. But after Nan, she know that it's a karma discharge.
Well, whose karma discharge?
¿El karma de quién se descarga?
Mío. Bueno, de Marta.
El de... Grande, Marta.
It's Martha's karma, not the other person. We do not have, when there is a conflict, we do not have to look at the other person's karma. We look at our own karma, see? We look at our own karma. And
tenemos que mirar, no mirar el karma de la otra persona, siempre tenemos que mirar en esas situaciones conflictivas nuestro karma.
you see, when you look at the karma of Martha, you begin to become free from it.
Cuando comienzas a mirar el karma personal, el karma de Marta, empezás a volverte libre de él.
And the more you look, you will find that this underlying all of this is opinions about the other person, you see, opinions.
Y a la medida en que te vas dándote cuenta de esta vez que lo que dice, bueno, son las opiniones de la otra persona.
Opinions, and this, when they come in front of you, opinions are due to ignorance, no light. Opinions means no light. Opinions means the light of the intellect, you see, the light of the intellect.
Las opiniones no traen sabiduría, traen ignorancia, traen oscuridad. Y las opiniones son la luz del intelecto.
You see? And then, therefore, you have to bring your light into this. My light, you see. I am the light, you see. You say, oh, Dada, I am the light. Dada, let me see this as it is, you see. This is what you say. Dada, I am the light. Let me see this as it is.
Es pedirle a Dada que por favor, que yo soy la luz.
You see?
Yo soy la luz.
And let me see the light. You see? Then
Déjame ver la luz, Dada, por favor, déjame ver la luz.
you are walking exactly, because the nature of these valleys on each side are these people who come in front of you, you see. You believe they're my friends and they're my enemies. No, that's the valley, you see. They cloud you up, they envelop you in a fog, and you lose your balance, you see. So you start walking like this, you see, and then you fall into attachment with someone or aversion with someone. I don't like him, I like him very much. Both are valleys, okay? Both are valleys.
El hecho de pedirle a Dada que por favor nos permita ver la luz en la otra persona y en la situación en que estamos, es como, volvemos al ejemplo de caminar en el borde de las montañas, un borde muy fino, hay personas con las cuales parte de un lado del camino del abismo son las personas que nos gustan y del otro lado están las personas con las cuales, y estas personas que nos gustan son a las cuales nos apegamos, y del otro lado están las personas que nos producen rechazo y también nos caemos para ese lado. Pero poder ver la luz, pedirle a Dada que nos dé luz, que nos deje ver la luz y ver la luz en la otra persona, es lo que nos va a mantener en el camino sólido hacia la meta final. Y ni el apego, ni el aborrecimiento, ni el rechazo tampoco, ¿no? Poder ver que este es mi karma, ¿no? La otra persona la otra persona viene con la situación para que nosotros, y nos rodeamos nosotros mismos de niebla, porque no podemos ver la luz, pero pidiéndola, el camino es sólido y seguro.
Okay, Shuddhatma Bhagavan. So let's take a break, huh? Shall we take a break, Patricia and the group? Kimochi?
Tomamos un recreo, ¿les parece bien a todos? 10 minutos.
Yeah, okay. So we will take a break for about 10 minutes and we come back. All right?
10 minutos y volvemos. Shuddha.
Yeah, right. And I will, and you can unmute yourself and you can talk to each other as you want to. All right?
Pueden ponerlo podemos hablar entre todos o hacer lo que quieran hacer, mientras tanto.
Okay.
Here we are.
Uh-huh. Now, Patricia, tell them if anybody has questions, they can also put it in the chat. And Marcia is doing the Spanish version translation of some of the words that Shuddha is writing in here.
Si hay cualquier persona que quiera preguntar algo, por favor, siéntanse libres de hacerlo en el momento en que les venga la pregunta. Y Marcia está haciendo la traducción a través del chat de lo que está sucediendo aquí en el satsang.
Okay, so if let us proceed. Let us proceed now, and I'm going to share. You all have your Charan Vidhi. By the way, we are continuing with our Charan Vidhi sessions.
Vamos a continuar con nuestra sesión de Charan Vidhi.
And let me share this Vidhi, Charan Vidhi with you all.
Vamos a compartir este Charan Vidhi con todos.
It is here.
Yo no traje los anteojos de ver.
And we are still in the first part of the...
¿Qué quiere leer? ¿Ves bien vos? ¿Me lees vos?
We're just still in the first paragraph only, you see.
¿Quién quiere leer? ¿Vos lees ahí la pantalla?
Sí, pero puedo leerlo de acá.
Okay. Sandra is going to read what you show us.
Okay. So just don't read it 3 times. Just read only the first paragraph, huh, Sandra?
El párrafo, lo que está mostrando él, pero no lo leas 3 veces, solamente una.
Mi obediencia a Dada Bhagwan, ser interior, en todos los tiempos, en el pasado, en el presente y en el futuro. Oh desapegado Señor interior, tú que permaneces libre de pasiones y apegos, bendito, natural, eternamente dichoso, lleno de conocimiento infinito, visión infinita, iluminador del universo entero, puro, lleno de sabiduría y conciencia, morada de dicha infinita. Oh desapegado Señor interior de divinas cualidades, con absoluta fe y convicción. Soy alma pura, otórgame tu infinita fortaleza. Bendíceme con la constante percepción del alma pura. Bendíceme con tu perpetua contemplación. Confórtame con tu cercanía. Puedan todos tus magníficos atributos ser establecidos dentro de mí.
Very beautiful. And we had discussed last time this word Satchidanand, you see? Satchidanand.
La última vez estuvimos hablando sobre esta palabra Satchitanand.
And Swarup, you see?
Y Swarup.
All right, Satchidanand Swarup. We've already done that in the last session of the Charan Vidhi.
Todo lo hicimos en la última sesión del Charan Vidhi.
And then the next word is Sahaj Sahajanandi, no?
Y la próxima palabra es Sahajanand. Sahajanand.
Sahaja. In Gujarati, we don't, for the J, we don't say ha, we say ja. Sahaja.
Sahajanand.
Sahaja. All right.
Sahajanandi.
Okay, all right. You're so used to the pronouncing, whenever you see a J, you say ha, you see? Doesn't matter. Sahaj Anandi. It's made of 2 words. Sahajanandi is Sahaj Anandi, means it has got the natural bliss. You see, natural bliss. You see, the
Es
one,
es
Sahajanand.
la natural bienaventuranza.
All right, Sahajanandi. And let us, you all have this, so I'm just going to take away the sharing part. Sahaj Anandi, okay, Sahaja, I'm writing means natural. And
Natural bienaventuranza.
And Anand means bliss, okay?
Anand es bienaventuranza.
Anand is bliss. So, and then when you use Anandi means the one with this natural bliss, you see? The one with natural bliss.
Anandi es aquel con la bendición natural, con la bienaventuranza natural.
So the
Anandi.
naturally blissful one, you see? Naturally blissful, you know? Bliss means that which is beyond. Bliss means that which is beyond pleasure and pain. You see, this body is only this body only knows pain or pleasure. It does not know bliss. This body cannot know bliss.
Bliss es más allá del cuerpo, porque el cuerpo solo conoce el sufrimiento o el placer. Este cuerpo no conoce la bienaventuranza. Entonces, bliss es más allá de este cuerpo.
The body can experience only intense pleasure on one side, all right, or intense pain on the other side. So it is a pleasure-pain spectrum of life, you see.
Hay todo en este cuerpo solo puede percibir dolor o placer, ¿no? Y en todo un espectro entre el placer y el sufrimiento es lo que este cuerpo puede llegar a experimentar.
The pleasure or the pain has horizontal dimensions as well as vertical dimensions. You see, this pleasure and pain that this body experiences is in this direction as well as in this direction. All right?
Toda la variedad, el espectro de placer o dolor que puede sentir este cuerpo, no solamente es horizontal, sino que también es en vertical.
In this direction, that is time related, and in this
Something happening with the voice in the...
okay. Let me mute everyone and then.
Yes.
Okay, now let's unmute you, and that might help, huh? Is that better?
Okay. Yes, now it's perfect.
This is the pleasure.
No, it's like I can hear myself in the...
Okay, how about now? Okay, is that better?
A ver, yes, now it's okay, yes.
Is this better? Okay. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, so the pleasure and the pain that you and I know of, okay, that has been the experience of our life. That pleasure and pain, all right, is in two directions, in this way and in this way, all right?
El placer y el sufrimiento que nosotros conocemos en esta vida, desde este cuerpo, va en dos direcciones. Puede ser horizontal o puede ser vertical.
Vertical okay. So in the horizontal is implied the time, all right?
En la horizontal está implicado el tiempo.
And in the vertical is applied the intensity, okay? The intensity of the pleasure and the intensity of the pain, you see?
Y en lo vertical lo que muestra es la intensidad del placer o del sufrimiento o dolor, ¿no? Es la intensidad en lo vertical, sí, sí.
And bliss has got nothing to do with this, you see. The bliss has got nothing to do with this pleasure or the pain.
Y el estar más allá del cuerpo es
A
más
little
allá.
louder, my dear. A little louder. A little
No
louder.
tienen nada. Ok, a ver. No tiene nada que ver la bienaventuranza con la intensidad o con el tiempo del placer y del dolor.
In other words, the bliss is beyond pleasure and pain. You see, bliss is beyond pleasure and pain.
Bliss es más allá, la bienaventuranza es más allá del dolor y del placer.
You see, bliss begins with the entry into the bliss begins with the entry into the experience of who am I. Oh, so amapura, so amapura, you see. Then the bliss begins, you see. Bliss is in the knowing of what is happening.
La bienaventuranza comienza con la separación y desde el ser real.
Bliss begins in the knowing.
Okay. La bienaventuranza comienza con el conocimiento de lo real.
And to know something, it begins with seeing. You see, you cannot just know something directly, you see.
No se puede conocer, el conocimiento comienza con el ver primero, nada se puede conocer si primero no se ve.
If you tell a Mahatma, oh, you're the blissful one, forget about it, you know, she will say, I don't feel it. She will say, I don't feel this bliss, you see.
Si hablamos con un Mahatma, él va a decir, no, yo no siento esto, no siento.
Yeah, you see, your sound is breaking down a little bit, my dear. You need to speak a little louder or in the microphone, huh, Patricia?
Okay, sorry.
Now? That's much better. Huh?
Yeah. Cuando nos encontramos con un Mahatma, él no va a decir que él siente algo.
You see, bliss, this Anand, Anand is a very beautiful word. We use it in Satchit Anand, but what is this Anand? This Anand begins with seeing the one in pain or pleasure. You have to see the one. You have to see the one who is enjoying pleasure and who is in pain. You have to see that one, you see.
Anand es una palabra muy hermosa que la usamos en el Jai Satchit Anand y es el poder ver quién está sintiendo el placer o quién es el que está sintiendo el dolor.
You see, we have the word medias, medias and mediums, and so we had these pain and pleasure rise and subside. You see, they rise and subside. They rise and subside, and they are happening at the level of the mind, they're happening in the body, they're happening through words, you see, sounds and words.
Y se puede ver cómo este placer puede aumentar o disminuir, y este placer está asociado con los sentidos, con la mente, con el oído, el olfato, es con los sentidos, este placer, a través del cuerpo.
The more seeing means to be able to see exactly where it is happening, where. You see, first you say it is happening to Martha or is happening to Julia. I'm sorry, to Martha or to Laura, you see. You first initially you say it's happening to Martha or Laura, and that is called initial seeing, and then you can say, oh, it is happening, you know, Martha is making these decisions about it. But you see, so in other words, you can go deeper and deeper into the seeing part. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm speaking long sentences. Go on.
Al principio es como que comenzamos a ver que quién es el que está sintiendo el placer o quién es el que está sintiendo el dolor. Es comenzar a ver, bueno, esto Laura está sufriendo, Laura está en placer. Y ese es el comienzo. Y después podemos empezar a ver cómo Laura está creando este placer o este dolor. Y así vamos profundizando, vamos a ir cada vez más profundo y profundo.
You see, I'm writing this down in the chat, and whenever the word S capital is used with, it means to see
¿Qué dice?
with,
Se fue.
you see, to see with your and my vision. You see, there is one vision that of Martha, and then there is another vision of mine. Also, my vision.
Cuando escribe S con mayúscula se refiere a que tenemos dos visiones. Una es la visión de los ojos y la otra es la visión real.
You see, and it has got the energy of who we are, who you and I are, is infinite energy, infinite vision. This is and the energy to see is also infinite. You see, the energy applies to all levels: energy of seeing, energy of knowing. You see, so the energy of seeing is also infinite.
La energía de ver desde el ser, del ver cuando lo escribe tu sí con mayúscula, es el ver de lo verdadero, es una energía que es infinita.
You know, you take a child, take an incident, any one of us, we can take an incident in our life which we don't like to visit, we don't like to go there. You see, in the past, it is something that is painful, okay?
Tratemos de tomar un recuerdo que no nos gusta traer porque es doloroso.
It's painful, and the moment you go back and you see the whole scene, it's painful, and so you don't go there. You see, you avoid it, you don't go there, you suppress it, you put it under the blanket, you cover it up. You see.
Si tomamos ese recuerdo doloroso del pasado y no es un recuerdo que no nos gusta, no nos causa dolor, entonces tratamos de suprimirlo, evitarlo y hasta lo cubrimos para no ver ese episodio, esa escena dolorosa.
And the reason you run away from it is because you're not seeing it. You see?
La situación, la razón por la cual no lo queremos ver, sorry, I'm lost.
The reason you run away from it is because instead of seeing it, you start suffering it again. It may have happened 25 years ago, but again, as you see it, you see, it just pains you, and therefore you become the sufferer of pain. You suffer. Why should you suffer from that which happened 25 years ago, 20 years ago? Why? It's over. But you become the sufferer of it, you see.
Y si traemos ese recuerdo, y tal vez es algo que pasó hace 25, 30 años atrás, es algo que no lo queremos ver, por eso es que lo tapamos, lo escondemos y lo evitamos, porque volvemos a conectarnos con ese dolor, volvemos a sufrir por ese evento que sucedió hace 20, 30 años atrás. ¿Por qué?
Yeah, or the other way, it was supposing there was a very beautiful time in the past. You see, and you keep going back there and keep on saying, oh, how beautiful, how pleasant it was, how how good it was, how happy I was then, you see, how happy I was then. And again you're in trouble, actually, because you see, you miss that which is in front of you, you see. You go back to something that is history, you see.
Y también pasa con el placer, ¿no? Porque el dolor lo evitamos, el dolor y el sufrimiento lo evitamos, pero sí vamos a esos momentos de placer que tuvimos en el pasado y vamos una y otra vez y recordamos, uy, qué feliz que era, uy, qué buen momento que era, pero eso también está en el pasado y es algo que se terminó. Y esto es lo que trae el problema, porque estamos perdiéndonos qué es lo que tenemos aquí ahora enfrente nuestro.
Yeah, so when you become the sufferer of the pleasure, you see, you miss that which is there in front of you, which is this beautiful time. You see, this that is in front of me is beautiful, is exact. You see?
Y nos perdemos esto, que lo que está sucediendo ahora enfrente de mí es perfecto y es hermoso. Estamos perdiéndonos este presente, esto que está sucediendo ahora.
Because no matter how good it was, when you enter into the pleasure of the past, somehow, yeah, let me just mute everyone again. There's some sound coming. And you unmute yourself, or let me unmute you too. So no matter if you start giving value to the happiness of the past, then you take away from that which is in front of you, you see, which has all the potential to give you the pleasure that you need, you see. So the past is over, but you somehow go into the past of pleasure and the past of pain, you see. Sorry.
El volver atrás a los lugares de placer, al recuerdo de los momentos de placer, nos hace perder el momento presente, que es perfecto, porque en este momento presente está exactamente lo que necesitamos para conectarnos, para vivir el placer que nos viene para nuestro momento, para este cuerpo, para este momento, para esta mente. Y nos perdemos.
A little louder, a little louder.
Y nos perdemos la experiencia de este momento que es el perfecto.
Yeah. Going into the past, you see, or is going into the past is because you disappear. When you disappear, you automatically go into the past or into the future, you see. Your energies will keep you in this magnificent present if you are present. But if you disappear, you will be either in the past or in the future.
Cada vez que vamos a los recuerdos del pasado de placer o de sufrimiento, o nos vamos al futuro a imaginarnos cosas sobre el futuro, en esos momentos desaparecemos, no estamos presentes. Entonces, no hay energía si no estamos presentes. Entonces, la hermosa e infinita energía y la luz aparecen cuando estamos presentes, cuando estamos en este momento y no en el pasado o en el futuro.
Yes, so the moment you come in, the moment you see, the people of the world cannot be present. The people of the world are shaking with what shakes, you see. If this shakes, they also shake. Whereas you and I, if this shakes, no matter how much it shakes, we have now arrived on solid ground, you see. We don't shake anymore. We don't move about it. The people of the world, oh, they just go like this. You see, it's like being in a boat. You just shake, the boat shakes, you shake. You see? Hmm?
Las personas en este mundo no están presentes. No están presentes porque están sacudiéndose del pasado al futuro y también con los eventos que nos suceden. Es como si fuésemos un barco con tormenta. Entonces el barco se sacude, pero no está presente. No está presente.
You see, Anand, oh wow, is the result of 5 agnas.
Anand es el resultado de las 5 agnas.
Anand is the result of grace, you see.
Anand es el resultado de la gracia.
It is the grace of our Gnani Purush.
Es la gracia de nuestro Gnani Purush.
And the grace of what he has awakened inside you and I, you see. That
Y es la gracia de lo que se despertó dentro de nosotros.
Yeah, that Anand is the experience of the Amapura, you see. It is a natural experience of the Amapura.
Anand es la experiencia natural del alma pura.
The Anand is the experience of the eternal Chit. You see, the eternal Chit, not the temporary Chit, you see.
Anand es la experiencia del Chit eterno, no del Chit temporal.
Yeah, there is no, Anand is the experience of the Chit that doesn't shake anymore, you see.
Anand es la experiencia del Chit que no no hay deseos, no se vaga por el mundo, por el tiempo, por el pasado al futuro. Es la presencia eterna.
When you go into the past pain of the past, it is the chit that goes there, you see.
Cuando vamos a la pena del pasado, es el chit el que nos lleva allí.
You see, that chit stops going places because the owner of the chit is present, you see. The real chit is Shuddhatma, you see, that's the real chit, you see. That is the eternal vision, you see. The pure chit.
Cuando vamos al pasado es el chit el que va al pasado, el chit mundano, pero cuando estamos presentes y tuvimos la separación, es el chit del eterno,
the pure chit, you see.
El puro, que nos mantiene con toda la energía absoluta, la luz absoluta, la visión absoluta.
Pure chit cannot be defined by the people of the world. You see, the purity is an experience of the one who has awakened, you see, from this wrong belief and the illusion. You see, the one who has risen from the belief and the illusion. I am this body, I am Laura, I am Mom, and I'm Marcia, you see. That chit, that awareness that is associated with that chit is pure chit.
La pureza verdadera es cuando dejamos de ver que somos Laura, que somos Julio, que somos Marta. Es cuando podemos ver que no somos ellos. Y ahí está en esa pureza, la verdadera pureza, está en el alma pura, el chit puro, en el ver que no somos.
You see, this awareness that I am pure, you see, this awareness that I am pure.
Es el conocimiento, el despertar a que somos puros.
Yes.
Que yo soy pura.
that awareness has begun within each one of us, and that awareness is rising the more you are in that awareness. You see, it's the more you are in that awareness, the more that awareness blesses you and fills you with bliss, you see.
Este conocimiento, este despertar, mientras que más estemos en él, más va a crecer, más bendición, más bienaventuranza y más despertar es lo que va a estar produciendo.
You see,
Y ya estamos puros, ya comenzamos esto, y mantenernos, cuanto más nos mantengamos en esta experiencia, mayor va a ser la luz y las bendiciones, la bienaventuranza.
you see, and then there comes a point. Then comes a point when that bliss becomes natural. You see, that is a natural blissful state. You see, initially it has to rise through awareness, and then it becomes natural. You see.
Primero tiene que nacer el despertar, y con este despertar la bendición natural se va haciendo natural. Llega un punto donde ya sucede naturalmente.
You see, initially it has to rise through the awareness, and this awareness, he has given us the key to the exact awareness, and this awareness is his 5 agnas. You see, this 5 agnas is going to continue to awareness, but the agnas have to be in exactness, have to be understood in exactness and applied in exactness. You see.
Lo único que nos va a mantener a todos en esta bendición y en este despertar es permanecer en estas 5 agnas. Las 5 agnas es lo que nos va a mantener en este estado de pureza y de bendición.
You see, and therefore,
estar exactamente en las 5 agnas.
Yeah, and the awareness therefore rises, and the rising awareness automatically brings a natural bliss. You don't have to look for this bliss, you see. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to do anything for it.
El despertar, el crecimiento, ¿no? Como el nacimiento de este conocimiento y permanecer en este conocimiento va a traer bendiciones, hasta que las bendiciones, la bienaventuranza va a ser un estado natural en que no tengamos que hacer nada, porque naturalmente van a estar viniendo.
But if you try to look for this bliss, if you try to look for it, all right? Where's my bliss? Where's my bliss? I want to be in Anand, you know.
Si nosotros tratamos de buscar esta bendición que es natural, y la estamos buscando, ¿dónde están mis bendiciones? ¿Dónde está mi pureza? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde?
You won't find it, you see.
No la vamos a encontrar, no se va a encontrar. Esta no es la forma de encontrarla.
You can't find it, because if you go looking for it, you become Yaya, you become Carmen, you become Laura, you become Antonio. You can't look for it. It's already there. Don't look for that which is already there for you, you see.
El estar buscándolas y buscar, eso es lo que nos transforma en Yaya, en Carmen, en Patricia. Estamos buscando algo que ya está allí.
Yeah, you can't, because you see, if you look for it, you will run in the direction of pleasure, which is what you have done life after life after life after life.
Oh, yes. Estar buscando las bendiciones y la bienaventuranza es estar corriendo atrás del placer, y esto es lo que venimos haciendo vida tras vida tras vida.
You will run in the direction of pleasure and you will run away from pain, you see.
Lo que aprendimos fue a correr atrás del placer y a escaparnos del dolor y del sufrimiento.
You
Eso
see,
es lo único que aprendimos en vida tras vida tras vida.
only the blissful one that you are, only the bliss will prevent you from running in the direction of pleasure and running away from pain, you see. That which is, that's all. That which is.
Wow. El estar corriendo atrás del placer y escapándonos del sufrimiento es lo que nos mantiene, es lo que hicimos siempre y es lo que nos mantiene alejados, pero quedarnos en el presente, quedarnos en el presente y vivir lo que es, porque lo que es, eso es lo que trae la bendición, la bienaventuranza.
Our Gnani Purush Bhai has said, he has says that don't make bliss your goal. Bliss, if you make bliss your goal, again you're in trouble, you see. You'll say,
Nosotros pedimos bendiciones para nuestras metas, estamos de nuevo en problemas.
Bliss is the natural byproduct of being who you are, you see. Bliss is a natural byproduct. That natural byproduct means you don't have to look for it, do anything for it, search for it, gather it, collect it, nothing. It's natural. It's just falling away. More and more of it happens, you see, natural byproduct.
La bienaventuranza no es algo que uno pueda buscar, encontrar, pedir, juntar. Esto es algo que sucede, que está ahí y que es absolutamente natural.
A natural byproduct means, he says, don't rush for bliss. He tells new Mahatmas especially, people who have come in, in the last 1, 2, 3 years, he tells them, don't look for it either in the relative or in the real, because you can't look for something in the real. You can only be the real, you see. I cannot look for something in my own self. Can I? I can only be who I am.
Esto sucede con los nuevos Mahatmas desde hace 3 años más o menos, que es como que están buscando ser el real, ¿no? Y no se puede buscar lo que uno ya es.
Yeah, I see. So it begins. So Vidhi begins. You see, Vidhi. There are 2 meanings of the word Vidhi. You see.
Hay 2 significados para la palabra Vidhi.
One meaning, traditional meaning, is that which is in the scriptures, that which is in the Bible, in the Gita, that which is in the Quran, that which is,
Uno de los significados es que está en la Biblia, el Corán, en todos los libros de las Sagradas Escrituras.
And our definition changes.
Y nuestra definición cambia.
Our definition is that which is worth doing because it brings results. That's it. It is worth doing because it brings the final result, you see. It brings moksha, it brings liberation.
El otro significado de Vidhi es hacer lo que realmente importante o que vale la pena, que el camino, y es que es lo que trae la iluminación, el moksha.
You see, it brings a result which is, whenever you talk about a result, you're talking about something that is in the relative, but it is that which leads to the real. You see, it is that which is not only good for me as Martha or as Kimochi, but it is also good for everyone around, you see. That is called Vidhi. Vidhi means it helps everyone, you see.
Acá no se trata de hacer algo que le viene bien a mi relativo, que le viene bien a Patricia. El Vidhi con el verdadero significado es algo que es bueno, hace bien a todos.
You see, so we have this magnificent Charan Vidhi that is our greatest gift. You see, it is our greatest gift, but it is only understood if we understand that it is meant not only for myself, all right, but it is also meant for all, because in it there is material that is good for me, the awakened one, the enlightened one, but it is also, there is material that will bring the ultimate good for everyone, you see, whether he is enlightened or not. There are two parts in this, all right?
Bueno, la gracia, la grandeza del Charan Vidhi es que no es algo que solamente está hecho para que me haga bien a mí, sino que es para que llegue y beneficie y haga bien y despierte absolutamente a todos. Este es el segundo significado, ¿no? Como el verdadero significado de este
And
Charan Vidhi.
it is with this understanding that you and I and every Mahatma enters into a Charan Vidhi. You see, it is this view, you see, with this love. There is, because you see, when the right understanding brings the perfect love, the right understanding brings the right kind of love.
Estamos hablando de que esto trae la clase correcta de amor.
Love, right love is that love which has no selfish intents. You see, there is no personal intents.
El verdadero amor es aquel que no tiene egoísmo y que no es que no es egoísmo, que no tiene intenciones para mi beneficio personal.
See, so this is first you invoke the Sahaj Anandi. You see, first you.
Primero invocamos el Anandi.
First you bring forward in front of you the embodiment of this natural bliss, you see, the embodiment of this natural bliss, and that is our Gnani Purush Dadashri, you see.
Primero invocamos esta bendición, ¿no? Y esto es lo que dice nuestro Gnani Purush, lo que él nos da.
You see?
Esta bienaventuranza y esta bendición que recibimos, ¿no? Cómo incorporarla.
Yeah, and this changes. Some people would consider, you see, those who have received Gnan from Niruma would say, oh, when I think of you, when I visualize you, you are to me the embodiment of natural bliss, Sahaj Anand. Sahaj Anand, you see?
No, cuando algunas personas, algunos Mahatmas recibieron el Gnan de Niruma, dicen, oh Niruma, vos sos la encarnación de la bienaventuranza y de la bendición.
She represented Sahaj bliss, but some people will say, oh, this is just an Indian lady in a sari, and thousands met her and they could not see her natural state, you see. And then
y hay personas que la veían y decían, bueno, no, esto es una mujer hindú que está vestida con un sari, pero no podían ver su verdadero ser.
And then thousands will meet, continue to meet our current Gnani Puja Deepak Bhai, you see. And, they say that he is the natural bliss. It's perfectly all right. It really doesn't matter, whatever connects with you. But here, when this Charan Vidhi was written, it was with reference to Gnani Purush Dadashri, who was living then, you see, alive, and it made represented, he represented and that energy within, you see, he represented that energy.
Lo que pasó con Niruma, de que hay gente que puede verla como la encarnación de la gracia y la infinita bienaventuranza, también pasa con el actual Gnani Purush, y es perfectamente normal, pero lo que se ve de todos es la encarnación de la bienaventuranza y de lo eterno, ¿no? Como, y también esto y el Charan Vidhi, todo esto está hecho por el primer Dada Bhagwan, por Dadashri, y todos transmiten y son lo mismo. Puede ser diferentes cuerpos, que haya personas que vean diferentes cuerpos, diferentes personas, pero todos encarnan el mismo despertar, el mismo amor, la misma conocimiento.
But Dada Bhagwan, as we know, okay, Dada Bhagwan, as we know, became fully manifest in Gnani Purush Dadashri, okay, totally, so that there was no difference when if you look at him and you say Gnani Purush Dadashri is Dada Bhagwan, you see, so because the Amapura became absolute Amapura and was manifesting through his living presence of Gnani Purush Dadashri. See?
Dada Bhagwan se manifiesta a través del Gnani Purush y a través de él se manifiesta continuamente, completamente.
If you understand this, if you just even now his energies are present, and therefore there is, you can say Dada Bhagwan or the Gnani Purush Dadashri is one and the same. There is no difference, and therefore it continues to give you benefits, you see. It gives...
Poder ver que el Dadashri o Dada Bhagwan es la misma persona y que no hay diferencia, y poder ver eso es algo que trae beneficios.
He is present, and if you keep looking at him, you see, if you keep looking at him, he will talk with you from inside. This is how beautiful it is. If you keep looking at him, he will become alive for you from inside. You see?
Cuanto más lo miremos y lo observemos, él va a comenzar a hablar con nosotros. Y si continuamos mirándolo y buscándolo, él va a crecer dentro de nosotros y va a estar hablando con nosotros de forma más natural.
Every word in any of the books is his energy that is live and becomes even more live. And for you, he becomes present, you see. He becomes present.
Cada palabra que está en sus libros está viva. Y leer y pronunciar las palabras de él que tienen vida se van a hacer, van a traer su presencia a nosotros.
Okay, so Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. So now it's time for us to, I think we're coming to time. Our time is almost up. And I'm trying to find where the button is so that we can
I can't hear. No hearing.
All right, okay. So
now yes.
So satsang continues to grow within each one of us, you see. And satsang means company with our Dada Bhagwan within each one of us, our own selves, you see, our eternal self, you see.
Bueno, el satsang comienza con Dada Bhagwan en cada uno de nosotros, el eterno en cada uno de nosotros.
Yeah. And so with highest namaskars to that Dada Bhagwan within each one of you, we will ask the group in Spain, the group in Argentina to sing maybe Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. One by one person sings, the others in the group following chorus for about 5 minutes.
Vamos a cantar durante, Shuddha nos pide que cantemos al grupo de España y el grupo de Argentina, Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho, y canta una persona y después el grupo repite, sigue. Y así vamos cambiando de persona y esto va a durar alrededor de 5 minutos. ¿Quién empieza?
You start. Anybody start.
Ok. Cualquiera, vos que sos divina.
Dada Bhagavana Asim na Jai Jaikar Ho.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Dada Bhagavana
Asim na Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Asim na Jai Jaikar Ho.
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jaikar Ho.
Dada Bhagna Asim na Jai Jaikar Ho.
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Dada Bhagavana
Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Oh Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Oh Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Oh Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Thomas.
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho. Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Laura and Julio.
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Bhagavana Asim Jai Jaikar Ho.
Oh Dada Bhagavana असीम जय जयकार हो ओ दादा भगवान असीम जय जयकार हो
Tobias, Tobias.
Dadah Bhagavanina Asima Jai Jaikar Ho. Dadah Bhagavanina Asima Jai Jaikar Ho.
Amen.
Dadah Bhagavanina
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jekaru
Dada Bhagavana Asima Jai Jaikar
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jekaru
Dada Bhagavana Asima Jai Jaikar
Dada Bhagavana Asim Jekaru
Yes, let's go, Marcia. Marcia.
Hello.
Dada Bhagavana Nasim Jai Jaikar Ho
Dada Asima Jai Jaikar ho
Jai Sachidananda. Let's see. Okay, you're beautiful. Very, very beautiful. This rhythm continues, all right? This rhythm will continue inside. All right. Jai Sachidananda. Let me see here. Let me just check something. Okay, all right. Okay, so we give Marcia. Marcia would like to say something to the group from Argentina. So, Marcia, do you want to say it now, or do you want to? Or
Marcia, ¿quiere decir algo al grupo de Argentina?
you want to say?
¿Quieres decirlo ahora? Oh.
Hola.
Hola.
Oh, you want to say it later on or now?
¿Quieres decirlo ahora o después?
Pode ser depois.
Okay. What did she say?
Después lo dice. He's going to tell afterwards.
Okay. So then this group of Argentina remain here, and I will, Marcia will remain here. The rest of us will leave this group. And
Okay.
so highest namaskars, and then Marcia can talk to them. All right? All right.
Que Shuddha nos va a dejar hablando, se despide con los más elevados namaskar. Jai Sachidanand Shuddha for
Jai
you.
Sachidanand. Okay. Until
Jai Sachidanand.
Sí, Sachidanand.
Thank you very much.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Thank you, Shuddha.
All right. Jai Sachidanand.